Jesus Christ, man. OBS. Swear to God, bro. It's like they don't want us to succeed, man. They don't want us to succeed. They don't want us to succeed. Oh, boy. Boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, man. It's like every time I try to stream, OBS is like, nope. Not at all, brother. Not at all, bruh. Oh God, damn! Why am I looking at Tony posting some wild shit on Twitter? Yo, the stream OBS crashed twice during the stream for whatever reason. It's like it doesn't want us to do anything tonight. That shit is so weird, bruh. That shit is so weird. But yeah, we back in this bitch. We back in this bitch. Well, nah, Nero didn't say that. He said, I'm bagging this bitch. He said, I'm bagging this bitch. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, we back. We back, y'all. We back. Jesus, man. All my homies hate OBS. That shit is funny. Alrighty. Oh, we got Daniel Pat coming through with that 499 super chat. Okay, everyone's got to like the stream again. Hurry up. Act like nothing happened. I appreciate that, Daniel. I do. But man, I forgot what we was talking about before we even got here, man. Someone refresh my memory. Oh man. All right, we back though. I gotta tweet this shit out again. Damn, son. Let me go ahead and where's the share button? Here it is. Hold on. Oh, boy. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so back to our regularly scheduled program, people. Back to our program. Oh, we got Rizaki Koizumi coming through. What's going on, homie? It has been a long time. Here's $5. Also, keep a close eye on the 4K disc. Most are upscaled because they were 2K digital intermediates. Yes. You see, that's the thing. I've actually started doing a lot more research about the movies that I'm trying to update in my collection. So Harry Potter, for example, I wanted to get that on 4K. I didn't care about the fact that, oh yeah, it's not going to be as good packaging as my Ultimate Editions. But when I found out that those are just like 2K masters upscaled, I said, nah, I'm good, fam. Because for me, it's like, yeah, it's going to be a step up from 1080p, but it ain't going to give me that 4K goodness. And that's what I need. That's what I need. If I'm going to change movies in my collection, that's what I need. All right. Let's see what y'all talking about here. What are your thoughts on the Broken Games HDR drama on Twitter today? Oh, you mean just BG and BG being BG? I think a lot of people forget who, like, the type of person BG is. Like, if you look at BG and you see one tweet and you're like, nah, this guy is toxic as hell. He really not. He's just a Brooklyn nigga, man. I mean, that's how it is. If you don't live within the 5 boroughs of New York, you kind of don't see that certain people, they're not being aggressive for no reason. That's just how they are. Like the tolerance for the BS and shit, it kind of goes out the window. But yeah, BG was essentially just roasting Blandrew for, just certain things, because Blandrew bought an Xbox and he's basically like, Blandrew, for whatever reason, Blandrew hates on PlayStation just because they don't do games like Ape Escape anymore. Meanwhile, this dude is out here quiet as a church mouse at Nintendo over here, ignoring all they franchises. But, it neither here nor there. So they were just doing a back and forth, and it was funny, playful banter. But, people got in their feelings about it, and they tried to chime in, and then BG shut that shit down. And, to me, it's like, this internet shit is entertainment at the end of the day. I don't take any of this stuff seriously. So if you look at a back and forth with somebody, provided it ain't getting personal, it is what it is, man. It's all cool. You know what I'm saying? BG's the Kanye West of YouTube. Didn't he say that? He said Yeezus HD. I remember he did say that a few years ago. He called himself the Kanye West of YouTube. And then people were like, oh, I remember. And then Red Infamy, she said, so wait, you said you the Kanye West of YouTube? That means you like putting fingers up your ass? Because you remember that whole thing with Kanye back then? That shit was wild, bro. But yeah, I don't really worry about Twitter drama and Twitter beef. You know what I'm saying? I don't got enough energy in my day to worry about what other grown ass men are doing online. You know what I'm saying? I just look at that shit and I keep it moving, bro. Okay. Let's see. Just getting the RTX 3080 on a gaming rig. Oh, nice, man. I shout out to anybody who was able to cop either a PS5, an Xbox, or a new graphics card, because them shits right now is ridiculous, bro. Like my bro, he's trying to build a PC right now, and I told him, yo, good luck, man. Good luck trying to find a GPU, because yeah, you could go there and get like an older GPU, but man, if you're gonna spend all that money on a new gaming PC, you want to get some good shit, and it's looking like you won't be able to get some really good shit for a couple of weeks. So we'll see. But what's up to everybody coming back in the chat? I appreciate that. Let's see some of these questions. Oh God, everyone's talking about Kanye. Jesus Christ. Well, it is a funny topic when we talk about Kanye. I will say that much. Let's see. What future Microsoft exclusive are you looking most forward to? So right now, it's a tie between Avowed and Fable. It wouldn't have been Fable unless we've found out. Okay. So Fable as a franchise, I enjoy playing the games, but I'm not as big a fan as a lot of other people. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw this new Fable game was coming out and I saw that Playground Games was working out on it, I got interested because this is a paradigm shift for Microsoft. They're letting one of their established studios work on a different IP. That's amazing, because that's what I've been asking for the longest time. Like, it's cool that you have a studio dedicated to Gears of War. It's cool that you got a studio dedicated to Forza Motorsport. But when you just put out the same game year after year, it's kind of like they can flex their creative muscles with different games. Like Horizon, for example, you know? Guerrilla Games could have made another Killzone. They could have made Killzone 5 for all we cared. But they said, nah, let's do something different. And they gave us Horizon, and look what that shit did. So I want to see more of that from Microsoft. I would love to see more of their studios work on different franchises. I think that'd be friggin' dope. You know what I'm saying? So seeing what Playground Games could do with Fable is awesome. Avowed is like the surefire bet for me, considering it's coming from Obsidian. Y'all know Obsidian and their track record. So this looks like it's going to be their first big game with a budget in a very, very long time. Because, you know, they've been doing shit in-house for the longest. So I'm excited to see what they do with Avowed. It looks like it's going to be the Elder Scrolls game that we've been wanting for a long time that just Bethesda doesn't want to give us at the moment, or at least not until Elder Scrolls 6, whenever that happens, 2048. But yeah, I'm very excited for Avowed, Fable, and that's it at the moment. I mean, they have a couple of other games, but we don't really know enough about them to gauge what they're going to be. So with those, I'll just wait to see gameplay, see what it's hitting for, and then go from there. Let's see. We need a Titanfall 3. Oh, we absolutely do need a Titanfall 3, man. Titanfall 2 was so freaking good. But hey, you know, it's EA, man. EA let that shit to die, bro. Why would you release Titanfall the same season as Call of Duty and Battlefield? That shit was sandwiched right between them. Like, who was coming up with these decisions? You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh no, they're two different games, so they'll be able to thrive, bitch. Look what happened to Titanfall, man. That shit, I got Titanfall for like $15 2 months after it came out, man. Holy shit. Oh, we have a $1.99 super chat from JetLife504. Thank you for that. Neo, what do you think about Nate getting knocked out? Yo, let's not talk about that shit, but let's talk about that shit. Bro, the Pauls are too powerful. It seems like whatever they do, they just get away with shit, man. But that whole Nate thing, that shit was very disrespectful. That guy, yo, this is why I always say you got to humble yourself, man. You got to humble the fuck out of yourself. If you're an athlete, that doesn't mean that your expertise in one field is going to transfer to another field. Like, I love powerlifting. You know, I can put up serious numbers, but that doesn't mean that can translate directly into boxing or MMA. So what happened there? It's just, man. It's very embarrassing. It's extremely embarrassing. You got knocked out by a YouTuber. I don't even think, like, was he really practicing that much, the Paul guy? I mean, he probably had, you know, coaches and shit, but to knock out an athlete, even though he wasn't trained, but an athlete, that's wow, bro. But it was very fun. It was fun to watch, just to see everyone's reactions and the commentaries that we saw. Oh, especially Snoop's commentary. Yo, if y'all haven't listened to Snoop Dogg's commentary of that match, please go check it out. It's some of the funniest shit you will see, man. But no, that shit was very, very disrespectful. I don't think Nate can really show himself for a while, man. That was not a good look. Oh, and then we got the homie Colin coming through with the $27.99 Canadian super chat. My boy, thank you so much for that, man. I'm excited to see your new pickups video. I got myself Summer Wars with a nice slipcase, Samurai Jack, the complete series, Teen Titans complete series, Cowboy Bebop complete series, Steelbook. Oh, shit, okay. The 10 Commandments and Cleopatra Digibooks and some other things. Yo, bro, that's some quality pickups right there, man. Like, me, myself, and I, oh, man, like, okay, so like I said before, I kind of stopped collecting stuff because, you know, everything was streaming. Now I got back into that shit. And now I'm just trying to find space for everything. I got to buy a whole new bookcase to put all these Blu-ray movies up, man. But I love this shit, man. I love owning this stuff, watching it in the best possible quality. You know, I got this new 4K TV. I'm going to get myself a new soundbar set up. Actually, not just a soundbar, but a whole surround sound system. And I got to get a proper 4K Blu-ray player. Now, the PS5 and Xbox Series X are both 4K Blu-ray players, but they're not the best, you know what I'm saying? To take full advantage of, you know, the picture quality and all that stuff, you want to get a dedicated 4K Blu-ray player, which is what I'm going to do. That'll cost me a little bit of change, but, you know, it's all good, man. If you want things in the best picture quality, best sound quality, I mean, once you get to the point where, okay, I dropped $1,000 on the TV, probably going to drop a couple hundred on the sound setup. What's an extra $200, $300 for a Blu-ray player? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, those are some quality pickups, Colin. Love to see that shit, bro. I probably got to start like a little segment in the Discord community just talking about Blu-ray pickups. It's dope. I love it. It's cool. It's so cool. Who's blowing up my freaking... Yo, where's Tony, man? I gotta tell him these chicks be blowing up my feed during the stream. Oh man. But yeah, let's get on to some more questions. Alrighty. Have you played Sly 2? Of course I have. I've played the Sly trilogy, the Jack trilogy, the Ratchet and Clank trilogy. You can't really call it a Ratchet and Clank trilogy since they got like multiple trilogies now. But yeah, those are some of my favorite PlayStation 2 games, man. It sucks that we haven't had a new Sly game in almost 10 years. But, you know, never say never. We'll see what happens. I would love for Sony to just hand off these franchises to other developers who want to work on them. You know, just like they did with Sly 4. Sanzaru did that HD collection. And then they also did like a proof of concept for Thieves in Time. And then Sony was like, fuck it. Here's the IP. Go ahead. Have fun. Like, I would love to see more of these studios do that, man. Because there's a lot of good franchises that are just sitting dormant. And don't get it twisted. I love the new stuff that Sony's been putting out. But I also like the old, and I think that we can have a nice mix of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like Astro's Playroom, I want to see more games like Astro's Playroom. Like that game right there is dope, and it could be a full-on platforming experience. Like, bro, some of the platforming in Astros is better than some of the Nintendo games I've been playing. And I mean, that's not hard to say because Nintendo's got like that lowest common denominator and the lowest bar, and people are just like, oh, it's great. Like, bro, a $70 Yoshi game and a $70 Kirby game. That's where the future is leading, and people are about to be like, this is okay. This is fine. But yeah, that's it. I love the Sly games. Ori and the Will of the Wisps is awesome on Series X. Yes, if you guys haven't played Ori yet, it has a Series X update, Series X Enhanced, where you can play it at 120 FPS. You can play it at, I think, it's like ridiculous resolutions, like 8K, shit like that. It was wild, bro. It's a very beautiful game. Kirby could be good if they got serious about it. Well, that's the thing, bro. They don't need to get serious about shit because all these Nintendo dudes just go out there and buy it. That's it. Like, listen, Nintendo fans, they go hard for their games. And they put up numbers. And that's great. But sometimes they go too hard and they support shit they ain't supposed to. Like, I'm sorry. I love Pokemon as much as the next guy, but y'all got to stop going out there and buying Pokemon just because it's Pokemon. Y'all got to demand better. It's like every single time they come out with another mediocre Pokemon game, it's this tug of war back and forth like, well, it's Pokemon and I'm going to buy it, and then niggas complain about that shit. They ain't going to change anything when it's breaking records, man. I mean, giving credit where credit is due, good on Game Freak because they have a loyal fan base. But these same fans are also complaining that these games are lackluster and they're way behind the times. It doesn't matter because y'all keep buying this shit. If you want better, demand better. But, you know, people are just out there like, oh, I want to play Pokemon. It's like, bro. I hate how this generation of gamers complains about stuff all the time. Well, to be fair, I mean, there's some things that need to be complained about in the industry. There's a lot of stuff happening that is, frankly, it would go unnoticed had people not been vocal. But then there's some things that are just fake outrage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just noticed on the so I bought a second DualSense controller, right? Because the battery on this is pretty mediocre. I just noticed on the back of it, a USB cable is not included. To connect or charge the controller, you need the USB Type-C cable that's included with your console, or just any other type of USB cable. I guarantee you, had this been, I guess, in the news a few weeks back, people would say this shit is anti-consumer. Like, why isn't Sony supplying you with a USB Type-C cable? I guarantee you people would say that shit. So there's a lot of fake outrage going on in the community. But you got to learn to filter that shit. You got to learn to filter through the negativity. You're going to have a lot of people out there who are going to be saying shit just cuz. You know what I'm saying? Like the PS5 Screwgate. You know, like, why the fuck was it a Screwgate controversy? Like, man, listen. Oh, God. This shit right here. This shit right here is fanboys' worst nightmares, apparently. A freaking screw. I don't even think you even really needed that shit, man. You just put that thing on. It's good. Oh, man. But, you know, people just going to be people. Oh, and then we got the homie Corey Gryffindor coming through with another $4.99 super chat. For Devil May Cry 5, which mode do you recommend? Ray tracing graphics or performance? So this is actually really interesting, Corey, and I kind of... It was an interesting experience for me in the sense that with most games, I opt for a performance mode because I like my games running at 60 frames per second. But with Devil May Cry 5, guys, I'm not just saying this because, you know, next-gen console hype, but the 4K graphics mode that they have with the ray tracing and everything, even though it runs at 30 frames, it's not that janky, slowed down 30 you see for a lot of games. It's a weird smooth 30, like smooth Red Dead Redemption, smooth Spider-Man PS4 levels. And the game looks so beautiful in that mode. Now, me, myself, and I default for the frame rate when it comes to the action game. So I got to have the 60. So I play it with that in mind. The 120 mode is great for that as well. I think there is a 1080p 60 mode with ray tracing. So if I really wanted to, I could do that. But, you know, I got a 65-inch 4K TV. 1080p. Like, I don't even play my Switch on this TV, you guys. Like, my Switch right now, I either play it in handheld mode or I hook it up to my monitor because... Try playing Xenoblade Chronicles on a 65-inch 4K TV. Trust me, you want to throw up, bro. I'm not even trying to be facetious or make a joke. That shit is disgusting because that game drops to like under 480p. 480p, man. Under 480p, like 392p. It gets bad, bro. It gets bad. And it only tops out at 720p. Listen, graphics ain't everything. We understand that, but bro, resolution in 2020, we ain't need no games dropping to 392p, man. That just, ooh. How does Breath of the Wild look on the TV? It looks decent. It does. It honestly does, because that's a very stylistic game, and it keeps that 1080p, so it looks okay. You know, I would love for it to be 4K 60, but you know, we gotta wait 40 years for that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we got a $5 super chat from Robert Hendricks. Appreciate that, brother. Thank you for the support. And we have a $5 super chat from the amazing JD. I'm taking shots every time you say me, myself, and I. Hey, man. I mean, we got to start a Neo drinking game. Every time he says you guys, me, myself, and I, let me tell you, there's a lot, but I mean, half y'all would be drunk in 5 minutes. It's just kind of like an ism. I just say it without even thinking, you know? You know what I'm saying? There we go. There's another one. You know what I'm saying? Where do you see Xbox in 5 years? I see Xbox, if all of their plans come to fruition, I see them in a much healthier place than they are now, which is why I'm still excited, and I don't believe in this whole doom. I'm sure you guys have seen the whole Xbox Series X is the most disappointing gaming thing in 2020. And I'm like, yo, really? Come on now. Wow. But going forward, if all those games come out and they slap, they have to slap. You know, it can't just be the game comes out and it's mediocre. Like, guys, okay, I'm just going to say this. All these games coming out from these studios They cannot be that Xbox 69 on Metacritic template. They cannot, guys. We can't have these games come out and they are broken, unfinished, buggy. They cannot be like State of Decay. They cannot be like Sea of Thieves at launch. They have got to be firing on all cylinders from the beginning. Like these games need to be world shakers. They need to be in the topic of conversation. People need to be like, yo, I don't even care about Xbox like that, but that game looks valid. Like, it needs to be like that. Halo Infinite needs to be a game changer. You know, not make me want to change my game from Halo Infinite to something else. We can't. We cannot have this. We can't have more of the same. Wavy Gemini, what's up, brother? What's up? Yeah, but that's how it is. I think they're going to be in a much better spot, but you know, all those games gotta slap, man. Do you think Cyberpunk is going to be better or even comparable to Grand Theft Auto and any other big open world games? And will there be an online mode? So as far as online is concerned, I know they're working on multiplayer, but that's not coming till later. But in terms of how Cyberpunk's going to relate to Grand Theft Auto and all that stuff, we'll just have to see when the game comes out. I've actually, when it comes to this game in particular, I've not really looked up any footage of it whatsoever. So if it wasn't placed in front of my face at like an E3 press conference, I haven't watched anything Cyberpunk related. So that's essentially everything in the past year or so. I've seen snippets of like the PS4 and Xbox One gameplay that they put out, but other than that, I've kind of been in the dark about this. I don't even know half the stuff that's happening in this game that people are talking about. All I know is Keanu Reeves, and they removed a lot of things that they said they were going to be in the game. That's all I know about. So I'm going into this game as blind as I can, which honestly, I want to do more of with games I'm excited about, like God of War Ragnarok, for example. That's my number one most anticipated game, period. Like, I cannot wait for that sequel. I am going to limit myself to watching just story trailers, and then that's it. I'm not going to watch any type of crazy gameplay stuff happening. I'm just whatever they put in front of a console, in front of like a conference or like a PlayStation 5 state of play, that's going to be it, man. I'm not going to be looking for anything about this game, because I want to be excited, you know? Oh, shout out to the 111 people watching. Shout out to y'all. If y'all are enjoying the stream, make sure you hit that like button. It helps out the channel tremendously. Sends it into the ether. Ooh, we have a $5 super chat from The Mock Shock. Props for helping your subs secure a console. I don't have a PS5 yet because I need a car first because my girlfriend lives upstate. Can't have her driving me anymore. Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do. As I'm telling you, like all my brothers out there, yo, listen, we trying to elevate ourselves in life. The PS5, having that is nice, but if it's come between getting a PS5 or you getting a new whip, I'm going to say wait a little while and cop that whip, because I guarantee you're going to get much more use out of that car than you will the PS5, provided your life requires you needing a car. Because some people, if they live in New York City, they don't really need a whip like that. So, yeah, man, Godspeed to you on getting that PS5 in a few months. Godspeed to you on getting a new car. And yeah, I appreciate the shout out, man. I try my best to give back to the community when I can, because y'all have been supporting me for well over a decade now. And this is just like my